What is up, Rare Nation? It's your boy Rare John coming at you with another video. And today I'm going to do a recap of free agency and the draft. Give you my thoughts on who we picked up and who we, might have missed out on, might have not missed out on. My general opinion. So, let's go. So, in free agency, there wasn't many people that got let go that really bothered me, if I'm being totally honest with you. There was maybe one, two. Malcolm Smith. I actually came to like Malcolm Smith. I thought he was a solid player. Wasn't a elite linebacker in my opinion, but he was a solid linebacker. And he put it down for the nation every now and then, man. He had some good games, had some not so good games, but it never got to the point where I didn't think he was giving any effort when it came to his gameplay. He did his job for the most part. Michael Rivera is another one that kind of bugged me. I really liked Michael Rivera. Honestly, him and Derek Hart had good chemistry on time to time. I'll never forget him making all those plays against the fucking Niners in Battle of the Bay. He had a wonderful game in that game, and he had his moments, where he just came up big, and he was improving as a player. I believe that he has the potential to become a real good player in this league. If not with the Jags, then he'll definitely become a good player somewhere down the line. Michael Rivera, good luck to you, man. I'm gonna miss him. I'm also gonna miss your sister. She's fucking fine. Menelik Watson also got taken in free agency. I liked Menelik Watson. I thought he was a pretty good player when he was on the field. Problem was he didn't stay that often on the field. He kept getting injured. I mean, the dude was the fucking equivalent of a O lineman, Darren McFadden. It was ridiculous how many times he got injured. And I felt bad for the guy because when he was on the field, he looked productive. He looked good, but he just couldn't stay healthy, and that sucks. And football aside, he's a great person. I remember a story I heard way back when he donated his whole check to a little girl that was in need, and he literally donated his whole game check to a little girl in need, and that's a big ass check, guys. That's a big ass check. So mad respect to him. I love him as a person. I think I hope him all the best in life, except for in football. Why do I say that? Because he went to the fucking Broncos. Come on, dude. Why them? Why? Much love to you, man, but once a Raider, always a Raider. You know how it is, but why the fucking Broncos, dude? Why? Moving on. And then we lost someone else. Who was it? Oh yeah, DJ Hayden. Bye, Felicia. In all seriousness, I hope you get your shit together and become a damn good corner in this league. I'm sorry it didn't work out with us, but shit happens, man. Towards the end there, you started looking like a solid fucking player, but at the same time, it could be because you were actually trying to get paid, which is, okay. You got to get your money somehow, right? Is what it is. First player acquisition that we got that I'm gonna talk about is Marshall Newhouse. I think this is a solid pickup, guys. He's not, the best player, in the league or some shit like that at his position, but he is a solid piece to this offensive line, and he's definitely an upgrade at right tackle. That is the only position on that line that we struggle in, and it's constantly a rotating door at right tackle, and it gets freaking ridiculous. So we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good showing to see him do that. He's also able to play multiple positions, if I'm not mistaken. He's interchangeable, which is really good. That's something that our coach Trice really likes when a player could actually move from one side to another, and he can move his pieces around to see different ways of doing things, and it makes it easier when a player does get injured for another player to take over their position. It's just all around a good move. Player we picked up, Cordell Patterson. Now this gets me excited, guys, because we have not had a run back since 2012. I am sick and tired of that shit. Fucking over it. we need to run the ball back. All right, we need to have that little change of fucking direction, kind of a play. All right, something that will flip the tables. We need that. I think that's like next level shit right there. That's something we haven't done. That if we do, it could just fucking blow this team up, and we could be blowing out motherfuckers. It'd be good. Now, to be honest with you, I think Cordell Patterson is one solid receiver too. He is a playmaker, guys. The guy has speed. He has length. He has pretty decent hands. He's a solid player. But the one thing he specializes in is running the ball back, is punt returns, kickoff returns, all that shit. We haven't had a kickoff return for a touchdown forever, man. And I've been waiting. I've been waiting. It might finally come this year. It might finally come this year, guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he got. As if our offense wasn't explosive enough, we go and get Jared fucking Cook. Mr. Tippy toe drag fucking slide. Put the fucking Cowboys out their fucking misery player. Ha ha. Oh man, I was loving that game. That shit was fucking fun. Anyways, Jared Cook, solid fucking hands, decent fucking route runner, good blocker, good pickup. Good pickup. Then we go and get former first round pick EJ Manuel, which honestly, in my opinion, anytime you could get a first round pick to be your backup QB, that's a win, guys. That's a win. Potential's there, obviously. He got good vision, good arm strength. Needs to work more on his reading defenses and learning schemes. But besides that, he's a decent player, and he has potential to actually become a bargaining chip later down the road from sitting behind Derek Carr and learning. So it should be good. Now, finishing off free agency, I just gotta say, nothing gets me more excited than to have beast mode on our fucking squad. That shit got me hyped. I heard Marshawn Lynch was interested in coming out of retirement. I was like, dude, that's a fairy tale. No way that's gonna happen. I shined it on, man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel bad because I really didn't think he'd do it. The man did it. He's doing it for the town, man. He's doing it for Oakland. That's awesome. I fucking love it. That dude is the fucking hammer that we've needed on that fucking backfield for like ever. This is what I wanted, guys. We got those little change of pace players, and I don't mean anything in the insult by low, because they quick and fast and they could take a hit too. But we needed that hammer, man. We needed that guy that'll just punish freaking linebackers, punish freaking defensive ends, punish people that try and tackle them, punish quarterbacks in that backfield and the outfield. Like, beast mode is the best there is at doing that, at punishing the fucking defense, at punishing the people that are trying to tackle his ass. He knows how to hit them. I love this. I love it. Man, I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. I might just go get his jersey, man. I'm hyped. I'm fucking hyped. All right, so let's move on to the draft, guys. I was happy with the draft. I thought we did decent in the draft. Don't think we met all our goals there because, in my opinion, we really needed a middle linebacker. We could always pick up someone later on down the road, and we still got Ben Henne on the roster. We also picked up a linebacker later on in the draft who I'll come back to. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. So, with the 24th pick in the NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders select Gareon Conley. Good player. Solid fucking player. As long as the accusations are proven false, I am 100% behind this guy because he could ball. He could ball. Last year, he had 8 pass breakups and 4 interceptions. And within the last 2 years, he's only allowed a 37% completion percentage. That's pretty fucking good. Now, where he excels is inside leverage, man. This guy could trap them up against the boundary line and just shadow the shit out of them. He's very good at doing that. The knocks on his draft report said that he was an inconsistent tackler, also tends to get tight hipped, and kind of struggles with off-man coverage. The tackling may be a problem, but in my opinion, if you could get in front of that fucking receiver and knock the ball down, you're my best friend. You don't have to make interceptions every game. If you shut down one end of the field, we good. In round 2 of the NFL draft, we select Obi Melifondu. I'm gonna call him Obi-Wan. It just seems right. Man, Obi Melifondu. This guy is a freak of fucking nature. Like, what the fuck were they feeding this kid? Damn. Alright, let's get into this. So the man is 6'4", 224 pounds, and he ran a 4.4 flat. A 4 flat. Wow. And also had a 141-inch broad jump. To put that into perspective, 72 inches is 6 feet. The man almost jumped the length of 2 overly sized human beings. This is fucking ridiculous. Last year, he had 73 tackles, 4 interceptions. The thing a lot of the scouts liked about him was his range. He has very, very good range. He tends to make really, really solid plays. Problem is he ain't really good with making his angles yet. So when it comes to being in the backfield, playing a safety position, you have to have your fucking angles down on point. He's a little bit raw, but he could be coached up. So there's potential there. It looks good. One of the plus things they said about him is he is one hell of a tackler. A tackling machine, I think was the quote. The thing he excels at is downhill tackling. Solid downhill tackler. Problem is, not all the time are you good to be going downhill. There's been other notions that's been pointed out that when it's not in that same circumstance, he tends to get ran over, not play up to his size. That was one complaint about him. Another thing is that he just needs to work on his angles. Very like I said before, takes the wrong route to get to the ball. I think overall though, he's a solid potential pick. This guy could have went in the first round. Should have went in the first round in many people's opinion after what he did at the combine. They thought this guy should have gone. We got basically, in my opinion, a first round talent and a second round pick. So one hell of a good pickup. Third round of the NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders selected Eddie Vanderdoes. Eddie Vanderdoes, in my opinion, can be a very, very, very effective defensive tackle. Last year wasn't his best year in college. Matter of fact, it was probably very bad compared to other players that could have been picked, that were picked ahead of him. He was fighting through an injury. I believe he injured his ankle. He also gained a lot of weight. Was not as quick as he needed to be at that position. Since then, he's lost all the weight. He's all healed up. No worry about that. And he seems like the player he was before then. And I think if I believe last year he only got like 2 sacks, whereas the year before that he was putting up very good numbers. I think that this guy has mad potential, man. But he needs to keep the weight off. That's the key. And to be honest with you, it's kind of sucks because we cannot contact him until June, I believe, or something like that, due to NFL rules when it comes to dealing with students in college. So I'll get back to you on that, guys. Not really good with his stats either. I'll have to get back to you on that. From what I seen on tape, though, pretty solid player. Next draft pick, at round 4, we take David Sharp, offensive tackle. Big guy, 6'6", 343 pounds. Is a fucking mammoth. The guy, decent. Uh, put up decent numbers in his college. Only allowed 3 sacks last season, and 9 quarterback hurries. So not too bad. And he dropped so late in the rounds because man has solid technique, good leverage skill, all around solid player. He dropped later in rounds because of an eye issue that came up. He is partially blind in one eye, supposedly. Of course, according to other reports coming directly from him, that was greatly exaggerated. That he is all good now, and according to Reggie McKenzie, he did his research and said he's not blind. He is perfectly fine. So we'll see what happens. He could potentially be Donald Penn's replacement. I think Donald Penn's on think one more year and then a option for a third year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on his contract. Because he signed a, I think it was a 3 year, 2 year with the option for a third. So he could be sitting behind Donald Penn, and he could be picking up, where he leaves off. It seems like a solid backup, plan just in case. It's good to have depth, especially on our offensive line. Never could have too much depth on that monster. So good pickup. So in the fifth round of the NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders take Marquel Lee, a linebacker. Finally. Damn, man, it took long enough. Shit. So statistic wise, it looks like Reggie McKenzie knows what the fuck he's doing. I wanted a linebacker early in the rounds, but he might have picked up a gem in the late round. Now let's go over this guy's, stats. He had 105 tackles last year. 20 of those tackles were for loss. 20. Also put up 7.5 sacks. That's fucking good. That is fucking good. When I seen those numbers, I was like, yeah, not bad. It's pretty fucking good. This guy's a very solid tackler. I mean, a very solid tackler. Uh, that's what we need. That's what we need at middle linebacker. So hopefully he can come in, compete, and earn the starting job. Because all we really need him to do is plug up every single fucking hole that opens up, and see what happens, guys. Hopefully he has the potential for it. Hopefully he has what. The next few draft picks, not too much information on a lot of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and read them off. They're all in the seventh round. Last minute picks. And one kind of caught my eye. First pick in the seventh round, Sulan Ulanmi. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Shulan Ulani, I think. Safety out of Washington State. Didn't get much on him besides over the last 2 seasons he had 8 interceptions, 20 pass defense, and 158 tackles. Decent stats. See where that goes. So this is the one I kind of find interesting. Offensive tackle. We go with a kind of a small school hero type story. I don't know what it is, but Jalen Ware. Honestly, Mike Mayock didn't even know who this guy was. It was kind of crazy. So I'm very interested. I find it intriguing that we got someone that not many people know about. Next up, we get Elijah Hood. Guy's a bruiser. And finally get a bruiser after we get the bruiser in Marshawn Lynch, which I find kind of interesting. But I'm thinking that the reason we got him is because we want him to get, tutored by Marshawn Lynch, get trained, get taught how to break a tackle, how to smack a motherfucker in the face, or in, his way of saying it, run through a motherfucker's face. And it's good to have a little extra support in the backfield. I believe he'll do best on special teams right now. We'll see where we're at because our backfield's pretty packed up, and he might be very low on the depth chart. So his biggest impact might be through special teams. Last year he had 858 yards with 8 touchdowns and averaging, I believe, 5.8 yards per carry. Not bad. Finally, to end the 2017 draft, the Raiders select Trayvon Hessner. So, according to his stats, he had 5 sacks last year, 8 tackles for loss, and had a lot of quarterback hurries too. Like I think it was around 22 or something. Decent numbers. Just adding to the depth, I believe we need some extra D tackles because got rid of Dan Williams. Got to make up for the slack, right? So see what happens. All right, that's gonna do it for my free agency and draft review. I hope you liked the video. Yeah, I know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Go Raiders.